Hello, welcome to the Electric Universe series. Resonant duality in our universe, in an electric universe. The duality we live in is made up of opposites, a polarities. We have right and wrong, we have night and day, we have life and death, we have absence and presence, or so we think. And this leads us to the thought of duality and life, or life as we know it on our planet, is a double-edged sword for the reasons I've just described. And we think of lack as being something that is completely without whatever it is we feel is missing, but actually it is part of the resonant duality, because resonant duality is made up of a very living, potent charge. Is it not, Joe?
It is. The best way to think about this is like a doctor's I forget what we call it, oscilloscope, or it creates a waveform. If there's no resonance, then just flat lines, which means there's no living, there's no charge, it goes away. But within that charge, a waveform, plus and minus within the waveform, so it goes up and down, just like any mood or any ideas or anything in life is all created by this up and down.
Really, it's like we're talking about yin and yang in a way, aren't we? And as you said before, people tend to think yin and yang are separate things, but they're not. One is part of the other.
So the opposites is what attracts.
Yeah, but it's not even an opposite. It's like a seamless flowing where the boundary or the border changes, isn't it?
The boundary.
So out of that yin, which we could call stillness or lack, comes something which is created or formed, and this is the way the universe works.
Yeah. The intention or the resonance levels. If you get the right amount of resonance within this duality, then you hit an idea, and it's a good idea that works.
So the resonance here, the intention here, being the will or the focus of the mind on what needs to be created, or what needs to be reached, or what needs to be brought to fulfillment, or brought from this seeming lack. I mean, we would call it the causal plane in esoteric parlance, and without it, nothing can actually happen, because things are and then they are not. Things go forward and then they recede, and it's like kind of Play-Doh in a way. It reminds me of Play-Doh. And when people do qigong and things like that, they work with the chi ball, which after a while you can begin to feel, and you begin to feel that almost like that invisible plasma between your hands. And this is the chi, or the energy of which we speak when we talk about an electric universe.
That's the intention, being created and being manifested.
Yeah, so when you've created that, when you've worked that up, if you like, you are then in a state to intend and focus and bring into manifestation. And people think they can jump from lack to manifestation by ignoring lack. And actually lack, or this anti-matter, if you like, this anti-material, where material is not, is part of the whole. And so it has to be acknowledged, and it has to be worked from into a point of resonant intention and fulfilling matter. It's bringing the two sides together, isn't it, really?
Well, that's what creates the current, if you like. It's the.
What did you call it before? You said it's a threesome because it's like the Trinity.
It's the Father, the Son, and the Spirit is the best way people would understand it.
Yeah, and really people think that that is just a religious maxim, but we don't mean it in a religious sense here.
Yeah, but that's very male dominated, the Father and the Son.
Yes, it
It's more
is.
male, female, and the Spirit.
Absolutely, absolutely, it is. But the breath, the importance of the breath, the importance they place on the breath in yoga, in yogic traditions and in other traditions of meditation, is fundamental to understanding how to acknowledge both the light and the dark, or the inner and the outer. And so it's almost a question of appreciating the lack, because something is always happening even within that lack, just as something is always happening in that space in the universe where there seems to be nothing. And you can't conceive of nothing, actually.
Well, it seems like nothing, but
Exactly.
really,
Exactly. There is no such thing as nothing.
Yeah. The intention is what creates the nothing. It's the spirit of the left and right, if you like, that creates the spirit. Sorry, it's the charge of the left and the right oscillating. And this is why the number 8 for Chinese people is.
Yes, the number 8, and it's circular, and it's circular. And a very good thing to do is to place your left hand, or your right hand if you're left-handed, on the heart chakra and make the figure of 8 flowing outwards from the body. So outwards, horizontally from the body, forming the figure of 8, because you are then working with the chi, and you are making what could be called a sacred symbol, really. But this resonant duality, this lack, seeming lack and manifestation, or creativity. Another word for creativity is manifestation. And creativity and the law of attraction and bringing what you need closer to you is all part of what we're talking about here, is the resonant duality. And often that side of the argument is missed. That side of the argument which would focus on overcoming lack, on even just ignoring lack, is to jump to where the positivity and the actual growth of achievement or matter or product or whatever is concerned. But that lack is a stillness in which something is happening, and that something has a great knowledge. It has a great wisdom of its own, and that wisdom is individual and inherent and sacred to the person, to the individual. So from your place of lack, through that breathing, you actually bless the place. You actually bring that place into resonance with something else which is highly charged. And that is how, if you like, the trick happens. Not that it's a trick, but that is how the miraculous part of this ever-flowing creative universe happens. And it can only happen because we live in an electric universe.
We live in everything and nothing at the same time.
Absolutely. That is absolutely it. So thank you. Join us next time on the Electric Universe.